Let's say you're convinced, you've watched the videos, you get the idea of continuous improvement, you can see how it would help your business, but there's a different question now. What exactly do I do first? What do you do in week one? What do you do with your team? How do you start without creating a big confusing program? Today I'm going to give you a simple 90-day roadmap. Think of it as month 1, aim, month 2, improve, month 3, lock in and expand. By the end of this video, you'll know what to focus on in each month, what conversations to have with your team, and what good progress looks like at the end of 90 days. Let's get into it. Overview: how the 90 days are structured. Before we break it down, here's the big picture. Your first 90 days of continuous improvement are not about fixing everything, rolling out a dozen tools, or becoming world-class overnight. They're about choosing a clear direction, focusing on one or two key processes, building simple habits with your team, and proving to yourself that this way of working actually delivers results. So, month 1, clarify direction and pick your first targets. Month 2, run small experiments and learn. Month 3, standardize what works and decide how to expand. Keep that structure in your head as we walk through each month. Month 1, aim, weeks 1 to 4. Month 1 is all about aim. You're deciding what better means and where to focus. Week 1, clarify your direction. Block some quiet time. This can be just you or you plus key leaders. Answer 3 questions. 1, true north, 3 to 5 years. What kind of business are we trying to build? If we were wildly successful, what would be true about our customers, our team, and our numbers? Write a short, plain language statement. 2, next 12 to 18 months, 3 to 5 objectives: profit, no cash, improve net margin, stabilize cash flow, growth, sales, increase recurring revenue, grow a specific product or service, customers, improve retention, reduce complaints, operations, reduce lead time, cut rework, people, develop leaders, reduce turnover. Choose 3 to 5 specific objectives and define what success looks like. 3, a few key metrics. For each objective, pick 1 to 2 simple metrics you can track. Examples: net margin percent, churn percent, lead to close rate, average lead time, rework rate, on-time delivery. You now have where you're going and how you'll know if you're moving. Week 2, pick 1 or 2 core processes. Ask, if we improved just 1 or 2 processes, which would move these objectives the most in the next 90 days? Common choices: lead to sale, your sales pipeline; order to cash, from customer request to payment; onboarding, first 30-90 days of a new client; support, service, how you handle issues. Pick 1 primary and 1 backup process. Then map the primary process in 5 to 10 steps. Step 1, how it starts. Step 2N, what happens in between. Final step, how it ends. Customer gets value, you get paid. You don't need fancy software. A whiteboard or piece of paper is enough. Week 3, find the pain and the leaks. With the map in front of you, ask yourself and your team, where does this break down most often? Where do we see delays, errors, rework, or complaints? Where do we lose leads or customers? Mark those steps on your map. Lightning bolt for pain points. Arrow or note where customers or work fall out of the process. Then define 1 clear problem statement. We are experiencing in which causes. For example, we are losing about 40% of our qualified leads between proposal and close, which is limiting revenue and wasting sales time. We are redoing about 15% of jobs after production, which drives overtime and hurts margins. This becomes your target problem for the 90 days. Week 4, set up your basic rhythm and visuals. Before you start changing things, set up a simple rhythm. Weekly CI huddle, 20-30 minutes. Same time each week. Core agenda. What went well? What problems did we see? What 1 improvement will we try? Basic metric tracking for your chosen process. A simple spreadsheet or whiteboard for 2 to 4 numbers related to your problem. e.g., close rate, lead time, error count. By the end of month 1, you should have clear objectives, one main process mapped, a defined problem, a simple place to track numbers, and a weekly huddle on the calendar. Month 2, improve, weeks 5 to 8. Month 2 is about improve. Now you start running small experiments. Week 5, understand root causes. Take your target problem into a huddle or working session. Ask why. Multiple times. Classic 5, whys. Why is this happening? And why is that happening? And why is that happening? Stay focused on the process, not on blaming people. Example, problem. We lose 40% of qualified leads after proposals. Why? Because prospects go quiet. Why? Because we don't have a structured follow-up. Why? Because each salesperson does their own thing. Why? Because we never agreed on a standard approach. You're aiming to find causes you can act on. Missing steps, unclear responsibilities, poor information, bad timing, bottlenecks. Capture 2 to 3 likely root causes on your process map. Week 6, design 1-3 small experiments. For each root cause, design a small test, not a huge overhaul. Use a simple template. Problem, root cause, change, we'll test, expected result, how we'll measure it, duration of the test, examples. For follow-up, change, standard 3-step follow-up sequence after every proposal, expected result, close rate improves from 20% to 28%. Measure, track proposals and wins for 6 to 8 weeks. For onboarding, change, new welcome email, clear 30-day timeline, and kickoff booked within 48 hours of sign-up. Expected result, fewer what's happening, emails, and better 90-day retention. Measure, count questions and retention. Keep the experiment small enough that you don't need big approvals, risk is low, and the team can implement quickly. Week 7-8, run, watch, and talk. Run your experiments, each weekly huddle. Check your simple metrics, ask the people involved what's working, what's not, what are we learning, look for quick wins, unintended side effects, adjustments needed. By the end of month 2, you want at least one experiment that looks promising, real numbers, even rough, showing movement, and a team that now understands we test small changes, measure, and learn. This is how we work now. Month 3, lock in and expand, weeks 9 to 12. Month 3 is about lock in and expand. You don't want improvements to fade away after the test. Week 9, standardize what worked. Pick your best performing change or 2. Ask, did this improve our key metric? Did it create any serious negative side effects? Is this the new best known way for us? If yes, turn it into standard work. A checklist, a short SOP, a script or template, a simple flow diagram. Make it clear, easy to find, and simple to follow. Then train the people involved, walk them through the new standard, explain the why behind it, the problem it solved, and the result you saw. Week 10, update your dashboard and stories. Update your simple metric tracker to show before the change, after the change. Even if it's rough, capture, time saved, rework reduced, extra revenue, fewer complaints. Then create a short improvement story. Here's the problem we had. Here's what we tried. Here's what we saw, and here's what we're keeping. Share it in a team meeting or email. This builds belief that continuous improvement is real. It produces results, and everyone can be part of it. Week 11, decide the next focus. Now ask, do we keep working deeper on this same process for another 90 days? Or are we ready to add a second process to the mix? For many businesses, it's smart to go one more cycle on the same process, or add just one more related process, for example, sales and onboarding together. You don't want to spread your improvement energy too thin. Based on what you've learned, refine your target problem or pick a new one in a closely related area. Week 12, design your next 90-day cycle. Finally, zoom out. Take an hour with your leadership team and answer, what did we accomplish in these 90 days? Which changes made the biggest difference? What habits did we successfully build? Huddles, metrics, experiments. What felt heavy or overcomplicated? Then design the next 90-day cycle. Confirm or adjust your strategic objectives. Decide which processes to focus on next. Decide what you'll keep the same and what you'll simplify. By the end of month 3, you should have one process measurably better than it was. At least one improvement locked in as standard, a basic rhythm of huddles and metrics, and a clear plan for the next cycle. What success looks like after 90 days. Let's talk about what success looks like after your first 90 days. It's not perfection, world-class dashboards, or every process transformed. Success looks like this. You can point to one concrete result: a faster response time, a higher close rate, a smoother onboarding, fewer errors, or rework. Your team has experienced mapping a process, naming a problem, asking why, testing a small change, seeing a measurable difference. You have a weekly huddle habit, a simple place where you track a few key numbers, at least one new standard that people actually use. And most importantly, you're ready to say, continuous improvement is not an idea for us anymore. It's how we run this part of the business. Here's your challenge. Pick your day. 1, the day you officially start your 90-day CI cycle. Schedule your first 4 weekly huddles on the calendar. Decide which process you'll map first and which problem you suspect is costing you the most. Then follow the rhythm. Month 1, aim. Month 2, improve. Month 3, lock in and expand. If you want, rewatch this video at the start of each month and treat it as your playbook. Continuous improvement doesn't require a giant program. It requires a clear direction, a simple structure, and the discipline to keep showing up for small, smart changes. If this helped, hit subscribe, and drop a comment telling me what process are you going to focus on in your first 90 days. Thanks for watching, and here's to the next 90 days being the start of a business that gets better on purpose, not just by accident.